Welcome to the English news of Binh Phuoc Television. I'm the one with the latest update, and following are the headlines of today's news. Binh Phuoc urged to promote advantages for sustainable development. Binh Phuoc establishes 17 new cooperatives. Prime Minister chairs conference on rearrangement of administrative units. Vietnam lures over $16 billion in foreign investment in 7 months. At a recent session with the Binh Phuoc Provincial People Committee, Deputy Prime Minister Lê Minh Khái asked the province to promote its available advantages for sustainable development.
The session was held to assess the status of production and business, public investment, infrastructure development, and import and export activities in the opening months of 2023, and to resolve local recommendations. Deputy Prime Minister Khai suggested that Binh Phuoc be flexible in its direction and management and sharpen its focus on fulfilling budget collection targets and ensuring economical and efficient budget expenditure. At the same time, the province needs to accelerate the disbursement of public investment, especially for key projects, promote investment by the non-state economic sector as state-owned enterprises, and improve foreign direct investment attraction. The Deputy Prime Minister also asked the province to create favorable conditions for innovation and development of new industrial fields with advanced and environmentally friendly technologies. Regarding the province's unanswered recommendations, Deputy Prime Minister Khai asked the relevant ministries and branches to advise the Prime Minister to soon assume mechanisms and policies to quickly remove difficulties facing the province. As for the issue of capital congestion at 2 key highway projects, Giải, Trân Thành and Ho Chi Minh City Thủ Dầu Một Trân Thành, the Deputy Prime Minister told the provincial authorities to continue working with investors. The government will consider and prioritize the allocation of appropriate resources for the province to implement these projects as soon as possible, he added.
Binh Phuoc Province established 17 more cooperatives in the first half of this year, reaching 48.6% of the annual plan and bringing the total number in the province to 313.
In general, the collective economy and cooperatives in the province play an increasing role in the household economy as they create jobs for members and nearly 9,000 non-members. The local cooperative alliance has set out 6 key tasks in the second half of 2023. It will carry out measures to enhance awareness about cooperative economic development, innovate and improve collective economic efficiency, and strive to meet the target of establishing 35 new cooperatives under the resolution from the Provincial People's Council.
The third Mang Non Sing summer camp in Binh Phuoc Province, which were organized by the Chi Minh Young Pioneer Organization Council at the Binh Phuoc Provincial Youth Activity Center, has concluded after 3 days of very exciting activities.
The summer camp was held at the Binh Phuoc Provincial Youth Activity Center and in Đà Lạt City, Lâm Đồng Province. Over the course of 3 days, the children experienced a range of effective operational models, practiced collective living skills, visited historical sites, and discovered nature and beautiful landscapes in Đà Lạt. The summer camp organizing committee also honored and commended 20 members of the Ho Chi Minh Youth Pioneer Organization, Binh Phuoc chapter, who recorded outstanding achievements in the organization's work and team activities in the past 2 years. These are the meaningful gifts, encouraging the children to actively participate in the work of the Ho Chi Minh Young Pioneer Organization, contributing to the activities of the clubs and teams at the children's houses and Provincial Youth Activity Center.
Moving on to the top stories around the country, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chaired a national teleconference on the rearrangement of administrative units at the district and communal level for the 2023-2030 period on July 31st.
Speaking at the event, Prime Minister Chin highlighted the importance of the rearrangement of administrative units at the district and communal levels. The arrangement could cause confusion in the operation of administrative units and affect the people and enterprises, he said, adding that ministries and agencies should drastically direct the work in a flexible and suitable manner. The Prime Minister required sectors and localities to share experience and lessons in the work anticipate possible problems, and propose appropriate solutions during the implementation process. At the event, delegates were briefed about the contents of the party's Central Committee, National Assembly Standing Committee, and the government's resolutions on the work. They were also provided with guidance on steps to rearrange administrative units at the district and communal levels, including the adjustments and supplements to planning and administrative boundaries, financial management, and staffing, among others.
The last body of the 4 victims killed in the July 30 landslide on Bảo Lộc Pass, the Central Highlands province of Lâm Đồng, were found at noon on July 31st, local authorities reported.
A serious landslide happened on the sections of Bảo Lộc Pass, part of National Highway 20 in Dahuai district at about 3 p.m. on July 30. The landslide buried a traffic police station with 4 people, including 3 traffic police officials and 1 civilian, and many vehicles trapped inside. Shortly after the incident, hundreds of rescuers were mobilized to search for the missing. 3 of the victims were found late on July 30. On July 31st, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang, accompanied by central and provincial officials, came to the landslide site to give directions over the incident settlement. They also visited and offered sympathies to the bereaved families. There are 163 sites of landslides or close to landslide across the province at present. Authorities are working to evacuate residents in vulnerable areas to ensure safety for their lives and property.
Vietnam recorded a trade surplus of about $15.23 billion in the first 7 months of this year, an increase of about 1.3% over the same period last year.
According to data by the General Statistics Office, in the period, the total import-export turnover of goods hit nearly $377 billion, posting a year-over-year decrease of 14%. In the period, there are 30 items with export turnover of over $1 billion, accounting for 91% of the total export turnover at $195 billion. Particularly, 5 items posted an export turnover of more than $10 billion, accounting for 58%. Regarding the structure of imported goods in the past 7 months, production materials accounted for 94% of total import value, with $168 billion. Consumer goods accounted for only 6.2%, equivalent to $11 billion. The U.S. was Vietnam's largest export market, with an estimated turnover of over $52 billion, and China was Vietnam's largest import market, with an estimated turnover of nearly $95 billion.
Vietnam attracted approximately $16.24 billion in foreign direct investment from the beginning of this year to July 20th, up 4.5% year-on-year.
According to the Foreign Investment Agency under the Ministry of Planning and Investment, in the period, there were over 1,290 newly registered projects with a combined capital of nearly $8 billion, up 75% in the number of projects and 39% in capital compared to the same period last year. The manufacturing and processing sector led in FDI attraction, with nearly $11 billion. It was followed by real estate with $1.6 billion. In the January-July period, there were 94 countries and territories pouring capital into Vietnam, in which Singapore topped the list. It was followed by the Republic of Korea and China. Those investors poured their capital into 52 provinces and cities in the period, with Hanoi receiving the lion's share. Haiphong came second and Ho Chi Minh City came third.
The tourism sector expects to soon reach its yearly target, as the second half of the year is usually the peak time for international visitors.
Vietnam welcomes nearly 6.6 million international visitors in the first 7 months of this year, accounting for 83% of the yearly target, according to Vietnam National Authority of Tourism. During the period, the industry also served 76.5 million domestic tourists. Total revenues from tourism reached $17.6 billion. July alone saw over 1 million foreign arrivals, 6.5% higher than that of the previous month. The Republic of Korea remains the largest source market of Vietnam's tourism in the first 7 months of this year, with 1.9 million arrivals, accounting for 1/3 of total international visitors to Vietnam. It was followed by China and the US. Many main source markets for tourists in Vietnam saw growth in July, such as Taiwan, China, Japan, China, the US, and the Republic of Korea.
That's what 10 minutes of BPTV News. To watch this news again, you can download our mobile app BPTV Go or visit our website and YouTube channel. Now thanks for staying with us and see you next time.